Note the fire exits. The main exit through which you came in, the quickest way to get out of the building is actually behind the bookstore. There's a double door to go out. There's another exit in the back rear that lets you go out fairly quickly, but I think that goes into the fenced-in area for the kids. Second, look at your cell phone. Make sure you turn it on vibrate or turn it off, please. And third thing, look around and see if your neighbor is somebody you know. If they are, say hello. If they're not, introduce yourself and comment.
It's like year-round. I didn't want them throwing away in storage.
Okay, that's enough social time. Next, we go into a series of announcements. And first, Denny Carpentier has some comments on Expo. Denny?
Hello. Charlie is actually going to talk to you about Expo. I'm here as the volunteer coordinator, and what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to pass around these two clipboards, and if you would like to help us out by volunteering, if you would sign up. Basically, your name, your email, especially needs to be legible, because otherwise I won't be able to get a hold of you. A phone number, if you don't mind. If you have a preference for what you'd like to do, there's at the top you'll see the date, and you'll see a list of some of the jobs. There's other ones too. So if you have a preference, you can note that. If you have a time of day you prefer, you can note that. If you're open to whatever I feel like giving you, that's the best. So we need a lot of people. We do need a lot of volunteers. It takes usually about 100 people to run Expo. I've only got about 45, so I really could use some help. I know a lot of you I've already contacted. If you've helped out in the past, I've contacted you already, and many of you have responded. But if you would please consider helping out, that would be just wonderful. The reason for the balloons is the problem with this method is that often the clipboard stops someplace. And so this was a great idea somebody had. I wasn't at the meeting, they figured it out, but I thought it was a really great idea. So if you see a balloon stop someplace, point at that person and nudge them to move it along. And when you're all done, if you can either give it to me, I'll be over on the side, or just put it on the front here, and I'll obviously find them again. So again, please consider helping. We all really appreciate it. And I'm going to start the clipboards around. I'll start one at the back and one at the front. Thank you.
Thanks, Denny. Next, this is something that happens every year. This is an award time, and this award, Volunteer of the Year, goes to the person who, in the chair's opinion, has contributed the most to our chapter in the past year, which for us, because I tend to procrastinate a lot, is 2013. Since so many chapter members contribute their time and talents to the Genesee Valley chapter, this is not always an easy choice. Jeff Patterson stepped in as treasurer in 2012 and helped us in that transition year as we moved from an academic year to more of a calendar year, so we might match what the main club did in terms of reporting and activities. Jeff, I found over the past 2 years, lends a quiet, sure, and thoughtful presence to our executive committee meetings. And goodness knows we need that frequently. Jeff leads Sunday hikes, typically where he sets a pace that most participants say gives them a good workout. He completed his 46 high peaks. He loves cross-country skiing. He regrets the fact that the snow has ended for the year, we hope. And his favorite energy source when hiking, I'm told, is Diet Mountain Dew. It's been a pleasure to work with Jeff during the past couple of years, and a pleasure to continue to do so. I admire his dedication and his abilities. As treasurer, you don't always expect, as being treasurer, you have to make sure that person can keep track of the money, make sure we know what money is coming in, and also make sure that we're not overspending what money we have. And that's what Jeff has done in the past couple of years. It's my great honor to designate Jeff Patterson as a 2013 ADK Volunteer of the Year. On behalf of the Genesee Valley Chapter, I present to Jeff this plaque. You're welcome. Okay, next, as always, we have other announcements to make. First, let's have Charlie, Waterways.
I guess I'll start with following up on what Danny was talking about. For those of you that don't know, this is our 17th year of having an outdoor expo at Downs Park. It's a pretty impressive thing that we put together. We have all sorts of clubs and organizations that come to the event to basically talk about what they do. They have booths set up. I run the beach, and on the beach we have 5 boat vendors that bring boats down that people can try and paddle around. It's all different types of boats. It could be kayaks, paddle boards, anything. It's a great event. So if you're not aware of it, if you've never come, June 14th, starts around 9 o'clock in the morning and goes until about 3:34. Hope for good weather and a number of things. Anybody that volunteers, Brady forgot to say one thing. You get free lunch. So that's always a good thing. Anybody that has any idea where we can place these flyers, we have a bunch of these flyers out front. We're always open to have new places to put them. People get them in their hands, they see it, they say, hey, I want to go, and it gets better participation for this. So see Rich, and then we've got the flyers out. Rich, there you go. And then he'll get these flyers so you can get it distributed out to people. Hold on, I read my notes here. Guess that's it for Expo. Let me wear my other hat now. Waterways. We started our Waterways paddle season this past weekend, and it's pretty interesting. We had 7 of us that showed up, and when we first got to the boat launch, this is a funny story. There was a pickup truck parked there, and there was a guy sleeping inside. We're all wearing dry suits. So we get our dry suits on, boom, away we go. We come back 4 hours later. The guy was now awake, and he was there with a friend, and they were talking. The minute we pull up, he comes running over to us. He goes, I woke up and I saw you guys. I thought it was SEAL Team 6. we paddled on Black Creek out of Churchville, and the water level was one of the highest levels I've seen it in my 10, 11 years of paddling. And we got way up into the virgin swamp. It was a lot of fun. This time of year, you have to have either a dry suit or a wetsuit. Water temperature is 36, 37 degrees, so it's not something to take lightly. If you fall in the water, you're only going to be there for a few minutes before you're an ice cube. So we now have, from now until September, we have a paddle almost every single weekend. Our Monday morning groups, we have a 2-hour paddle on Monday mornings starting in May. We'll be getting that posted to the website here within the next day or two. We'll have a Tuesday night practice training seminar almost every other Tuesday, starting in May. So, if you're not aware of anything we do, check out the website, contact me, I'll get you into our Google group, and be more than happy to have you join us. Basically, any level of paddling is welcome. Thanks.
Next, Annie, conservation.
The Basico area, which Dave will talk more about. And then there's also National Trails Day, which is coming up on June 7th. There'll be something locally here at Rob's Trail, which is in conjunction with the Nature Conservancy down in the Hemlock area. And then there'll also be the Maine Club is doing their National Trails Day, where they're taking part of the Northville Placid Trail off of the road. So if you have interest in that, there's some of us considering going up. For all 4 of those events that I talked about, there's a sign-up boards that I have out at the table for conservation. And if you have other questions, you can see me after the meeting. Thanks.
Young members, Dave?
I'm not so tall. Well, it's great to see so many people out here, especially considering how nice it is outside. So thank you all for coming. My first announcement is regarding the Genesee newsletter. The May deadline is tonight, so if you have anything you want to send, I'd like to remind everybody that one of the benefits of your membership is that you may publish a classified ad for free in the Genesean. The details about how to go about doing that are both in the Genesean as well as, I'm not sure if they're actually on the website at large, but you can download the Genesean from the website. Also, it's not too early to start thinking about the June issue. Remember that the Genesean is your newsletter. It's about us as a club, and it's about you as individual members of the club as well. If there's something that's going on that you'd like to share, something that you think that is of interest to the club, please send it to me. Love to get content. I love to have photo submissions. One of the biggest comments that I get is, I love seeing the photos. So please continue to send those along. And the June issue, which is going to be the last one of the season, we're going to be doing a little bit different this year, and we're actually going to make that a summer issue, so it applies to the whole summer long. So just if you want to see something in that issue, now's the time to start thinking about what you want to send me. Okay, now I'll switch into younger members mode. The John's Brook let me start over again. Our 3rd annual Johns Brook Jamboree, which is an annual trip up to Johns Brook Lodge. It's the ADK's own wilderness lodge, the only one in the Adirondacks. We backpack 3.5 miles in, but all the food and accommodations and bed is there for you. So if you really want a great base camp, and you want to meet up with other young professionals, people in their 20s, 30s, and early 40s, this is a great way to do that. And that's coming up from July 12th through 14th. It's a Saturday through a Monday. And for those who are interested, we can also tack on camping Friday night, just so that we drive up late Friday night and we're ready to hit the hike early in the morning and get some extra peaks in, or whatever we feel like doing. So again, the info about that is on the website, as well as in this issue of the Genesean, which is out in the lobby. And the most important announcement I have is that the younger members and anyone who wants to join us, you don't have to be a younger member, we'd love to see all of your faces out there, are going to the Old Toad after the meeting to socialize, and if you choose to eat and drink. Thank you.
Next, bookstore, Jackson.
Hello, everybody! please stop after the program and do some shopping. Remember, your dollars here support our projects here and also help the main club. I have a few things that I want to bring to your attention. One of our sister organizations for hiking, the Finger Lakes Trail Conference, has recently published a new handout, laminated, which describes that organization. If you can't find a hiking opportunity with us, you certainly have a good chance of finding what meets your needs on the trail through the on the FLT itself. So there's handouts over here. If you need to take one of those. Another one of our sister organizations is the 1,000 Acres Swamp Sanctuary, which is off Jackson Road in Penfield. It's most likely Monroe County's best kept secret. Very few people seemingly know anything at all about the 1,000 Acre Swamp. And there are hiking trails, they're few, limited in length, but there are all sorts of programs that are free to the public, including astronomical programs that I and one of my friends lead on Friday nights each month from May through September. So there's a brochure over here on the freebie table for you to take if you're interested in learning more about that. One of our members is very involved with the Montezuma Wetlands Complex. For the last several meetings, I have been selling these brochures, which contain a beautiful large fold-out map of the Montezuma wetland itself, to promote their causes, and you can buy one of these and support their cause for $1. In addition, she just gave me before the meeting tonight, they're having a program titled their 8th Annual Wildlife Festival on Saturday, May 3rd, and you may take this brochure and read more about it. So these materials are over here, also on the freebie table. Another one of my hats that I wear for ADK is I try to assist aspiring 46ers in finding hiking partners, climbing partners. So if you have missed it in the Genesean over the last few months, there has been a full page on which you can send this information to me, prepare the information which covers all of the peaks that you've climbed, the ones that you want to climb, and then I will try to put you in touch with other aspiring 46ers, and perhaps you can get together and find a climbing partner. Okay, that's all of the stuff I'm promoting. One final thing. Neil, you have a lucky finger over there? Wouldn't be the first time you've done something like that. This is a good one. You found the right one. It's blank. Sue, how'd you let a blank one get into the basket? Okay, thank you. It's Jim Kennard. So, traditionally I offer a choice of color of a High Peaks map bandana, the human variety colors, and of course the map that is difficult for you to see at that distance. You never know, could be a lifesaver someday up in the High Peaks. Or, as I have recently added, we have ADK carabiners, and they come in a variety of colors. And this isn't an ADK one, but it's similar to this. So, what would you like? You like a bandana? Which color would you like? Or you can take one of these that are on display. The white? Okay. Well, he's being bold. He's going to take a white one. Yeah. means that you can see the map very nicely, but you'll never get it dirty. Thanks, Jim. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jackson. Next, Jay Emerson.
Good evening. Before I introduce tonight's speaker,